Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of fans around the world are very angry with Lucasfilm based on how they handled the entire GINA CARANO firing situation, and how Kathleen Kennedy has yet to even make an official statement on the entire, overall decision to let go of GINA CARANO. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, they do already have over a dozen Star Wars projects in the works, which really does speak volumes. It tells us, the fans, that they really are very dedicated to the future of the franchise. However, a lot of fans are very skeptical on whether or not Disney Star Wars can really survive, given that, they have been going downhill. They've had moments where they were going pretty much to a very high success with The Mandalorian Season 2, and now we're seeing a lot of these trends of an up and down cycle. It's like an up and down emotional roller coaster when it comes to Star Wars. There's no doubt about this. Now, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they have a lot on their plate. They've got The Mandalorian, they've got the Ahsoka Tano series, they've also got, other shows like Kenobi that they're going to be a part of to a certain extent, and more. Now, a lot of fans are really curious about George Lucas. We do know that George Lucas is helping both Jon and Dave get through this new universe and helping them really create these new Star Wars stories moving ahead, be it TV shows or movies or animated TV series, whatever it may be. George does have a hand in many of the decisions on exactly how this new universe is going to play out. Even Kevin Feige from Marvel is going to become a part of Star Wars, of all things, in a movie, so that's a big deal. Now, everything a part of Lucasfilm right now, what's really intriguing is that, well, now that, of course, both Disney and Lucasfilm are working on The Mandalorian Season 3, they are also focused on their new Star Wars universe in general, in order to satisfy the fans as much as possible. However, it's described that behind the scenes, creator George Lucas is working on making a significant comeback within the franchise to surprise the entire fandom. Now, though Lucas is already working with Favreau and Filoni, Lucas is set to, of course, write and even direct a handful of episodes for a brand new Star Wars TV series that is currently in development called Star Wars Underworld, that takes place some months after Order 66, that is set to feature Darth Maul as the main villain. Now, it's said that Lucas will begin working on the project next year of late 2022, and that a full-on announcement of Star Wars Underworld is set to take place this fall, when Lucasfilm plans to announce that their new batch of Star Wars TV shows and films for the future are to come. Additionally, it's described that Lucas will be using some of his original concepts from the original version of Star Wars Underworld that sadly got cancelled early on in production years ago, back in 2007, that is now going to be revived by Disney with Lucas at the front. Now, Lucas is also described to be hiring Steven Spielberg as an executive producer for the new Star Wars project that will focus on crime syndicates and Jedi in hiding after Order 66. Disney is said to have all eyes on Sam Witwer to play Maul, however, no mention of Ray Park as of yet for Darth Maul. Now, let me stop right here for 1 second. Now, I can understand as to why Ray Park would not be coming back due to everything that happened on social media. I'm not going to mention it here, but I'm sure that you guys know what I'm talking about, of the terrible thing that ended up happening. Whether it was a true hack, we don't know, or if it was intentional, it's very hard to say and pinpoint that, but everything that happened on Instagram with Ray Park kind of sabotaged everything with his involvement, from what it seems. So Sam Witwer, as of right now, is being looked at as the new live-action version of Darth Maul for Star Wars Underworld. Now, what's exciting about this is that Star Wars Underworld is going to take advantage of the crime syndicates throughout the galaxy, one of which being, of course, Crimson Dawn, which, of course, the leader is Darth Maul. This is going to be a direct tie-in to Solo, a Star Wars story, in a very big way, serving as a prequel to that actual movie. I cannot wait to see exactly, what they have planned for the overall structure from start to finish of the show. Now, they're going to begin working on this in late 2022, which would give them most likely a 23 or 24 release. It's still a ways off, but Star Wars Underworld has been a very long-awaited TV show that fans have wanted to see since 2007. You guys may have even seen the leaked test footage on the internet of Star Wars Underworld. You get to see a beautiful look at all the new characters and stormtroopers and the underground world. I mean, it looks awesome. It's kind of like, the best way that I could really describe it is mixing Star Wars with Blade Runner and just kind of meshing it together into its own TV show. That's the best way to describe Star Wars Underworld. So it's a very interesting take on the franchise, nonetheless. Now, we do know that also Kathleen Kennedy has issues with this. Kathleen Kennedy is against George Lucas directing and writing to a certain extent for Star Wars Underworld. And we also know that Kathleen Kennedy originally wanted to take on this TV show. We talked about this about a year ago, where Kathleen Kennedy wanted to create her own version or take of Star Wars Underworld. And that was all saved, thankfully, by Bob Chapek. He was the one that was able to prevent that from happening and allow George Lucas to actually take care of the actual TV show moving ahead. So here's the other thing that's really surprising to me the most, is the fact that this is George Lucas's comeback. This is basically going to be his big project. It's going to be announced this fall of 2021, when they're going to also be announcing new Star Wars TV shows and new Star Wars movies in the mix. I mean, this year is going to be a big year when it comes to new TV shows. Now, I understand a lot of fans out there have been canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions because of the GINA CARANO situation, and I understand that a lot of fans have lost interest in Star Wars. You know, everybody has their own opinion on certain things, and that's fine. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what shows are going to end up getting canceled and what shows are going to replace said canceled shows. We do know that Rangers of the New Republic looks like it's going, you know, pretty much in a dark hole right now. It's going to get erased, where Jon Favreau is going to create his own version of that, you know, kind of reforming the show and giving it a brand new title, a brand new main character, portrayed by a new actor and or actress. In fact, for Rangers of the New Republic, they're looking to actually use a fan favorite character to lead the show to really bring in more fans. So right now, the main focus of all things is Kenobi. I mean, they're really working hard on Kenobi. They're trying to make this thing big. Now, that comes out next year, either May or October, and undecided as of yet. A lot has been happening for the Kenobi TV series. Keep your eyes open for that, because this August, we're going to be learning a lot more about the Kenobi TV show, such as the exact release, some little BTS, you know, content that's going to be able to come out, give fans a little bit of a look at that, and everything else related to Star Wars. Now, George Lucas, do I think it's a mistake that he's getting involved with television? I don't think so. I think that this is great. I think it's a great way for him to make a big comeback, to show fans what Underworld could very well be and what it could have been back in 2007 if it actually happened. And how he's going to use, you know, the modern ways of storytelling for Star Wars Underworld and new technology as well for great new CGI. It's going to be very interesting. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding on the one. From night to moon, we hear them moans again.